Shane Hewitt in the night shift. I'm in Ottawa, and Chris Abel is in and around Toronto in some secret nerdy bunker of awesomeness where they develop and hide humanoid robots. Real Chris Abel, KRISABEL.com, and on the socials for Real Chris Abel if you want to get connected. I always promise, Chris, what's the weird robot you're bringing today? What do you got for us?
Well, the fateful day has finally arrived, and humanoid robots have arrived at McDonald's. So we're
Oh,
talking about McRobots. What has happened is that it's been spotted that the Shanghai edition of McDonald's is testing out the first set of robots for serving food and dealing with customers. And so they call it the Robot Squad. It's 4 different types of robots. The first is that you have a humanoid robot, and it's exactly what you think: arms, legs, face, wearing a human uniform. So it's like walking into a McDonald's, and behind the counter, instead of a person in a red and yellow uniform taking your order, it's a humanoid robot wearing a red and yellow uniform, taking your order, giving you your food. They even can come out from behind the counter and perform all sorts of dance moves. A second robot has wheels instead of legs, but is still humanoid, and it's wearing the brown uniforms that you see from staff behind the scenes. It's got a white chef's hat on. Now, it's not actually being used to prep or create any food, but they're got that presence there. They just want to see how people will respond to the idea of robots handling the food. It comes out, it engages with people for now. Maybe at some point we'll see it actually serve some food. Then they have 2 short non-humanoid robots on wheels, one that's got trays that just serves food to your table, so you don't have to go up and deal with the counter. And then the fourth one, they realize that kids are going to want to play with the robots, so it's just a robot for the kids to deal with. A small little robot that kids can climb all over and pretend it's R2D2 or whatever the case is. So McDonald's is testing this out, and then I guess, depending upon how things work, we might start to see them show up in other chapters of McDonald's around the world.
I'm trying to think. The little yellow characters, what are they called? They're the
The Fry Guys?
no, the minions. That's what it is.
The
The
Minions,
Fry
yes.
Guys. Now that's a great idea for a robot.
Yeah.
But the little robot looks kind of like a little wheelie minion that's kind of rolling around. So that's fun. So here's the thing. I think that's fun and playful, and I hope it stays that way. This is not really a tech comment. As a society, we are in really big trouble if McDonald's goes to robots.
Yes.
And I say that because of the fact that it is one of the absolute leaders for young people to get a job, and they get leadership still. They learn how it works, and they can grow their entire career from first job to management to whatever, get an education all the way through McDonald's. And we as a society would be in really big trouble because they're one of the last outliers that seems to just stick to that formula. So fun and playful, yes, but
Mm.
did you ever work at McDonald's, Chris?
I did for one day for CTV News. I did
Oh, you did it.
McDonald's Happy Day, where
McHappy
I
Day,
was
yeah.
behind the scenes slinging burgers for everybody. But I did not work retail for McDonald's. But I did know from all my experiences of dealing with other managers and supervisors at other companies, the value that when you go to apply for a job, if you have McDonald's in your resume, they would immediately want to hire you because the training that McDonald's offers was so good. They
Mhm.
know that you've gone through such great training at McDonald's to be able to work there. So yeah, that's always been a very valuable piece or stepping stone for people who are trying to get out into the workplace. It would be horrible if we lost that.
I agree. But super fun. And I think that this is fun stuff that they're doing, especially the perception of it all. But this is the robots. We don't know what's coming. Chris
Yeah,
Abel is
well,
here.
is Ronald McDonald going to be replaced? I mean,
Yeah,
is
you
the
can't replace
mascot,
Ronald
are the
McDonald.
robots going to become more popular than some guy wearing clown makeup and coming out and shaking hands?
You could
We'll
bring out a
see.
robot Grimace. As far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned, you cannot create a robot Ronald McDonald. Not acceptable.
McBurglar. Yeah,
The Hamburglar, yeah. Yeah.
Hamburglar. Yeah.
He was great. Oh man, good times. Remember when the tables you used to sit at the tables and they would have the characters on the seats?
Mm. Oh yeah.
The fry guys, like you said. It's good stuff. Chris Abel is here. AccuWeather, you know, the app that does the weather, they're adding ChatGPT so you can ask them questions.
That's right. So if you are a ChatGPT fan, if you want now, the AccuWeather system is now being added as an app as part of the system. So it's not just your ability to be able to ask ChatGPT for accurate information based on all the mapping and systems that they're offered there, but you can now have a conversational hypothetical question that you can ask all sorts of stuff. So one example is you can ask ChatGPT, when is the best time this afternoon to go for a run with the most comfortable weather conditions? And it'll be able to factor in all those different sort of aspects to it. Or you can ask, will it rain on my planned vacation this weekend?
It's asking all the wrong questions. I think the question we should be asking is, when is it going to rain so I can plan to go for a run and then cancel it because it's raining?
Or ask, I want to go out, I got to do this task. Am I going to be able to do it and get back before that storm gets here? I'm sure there's a lot of questions. I mean, I don't know if you're a big weather guru. I've met a lot of people who are just so obsessive about all things weather. So I can imagine the kind of conversations people are going to have with ChatGPT about it. I can never catch up. I've dealt with so many people who can tell you every type of cloud, what the conditions are, what's going to happen. What was it, Red at Dawn? There's a whole phrase about it.
Oh yeah, red sky at night, sailor's delight. Well, sailor for me because I learned it in Vancouver Island in Port Alberni. In Alberta, they'd say farmer's delight. Red sky in the morning, farmer's warming.
Sure. Yeah, that kind of thing. I mean, I have to admit I'm a little ignorant on that kind of stuff, so I haven't been able to test how well ChatGPT can hold up for that kind of a conversation. But I can imagine the kind of chats people are going to have. It'll be really lots of fun.
We're going to bring some cumulonimbus to Chris's life here with the weather chat. So we'll get into that. RealChrisAble.com and on the socials. Hail Mary, the movie Project Hail Mary, is getting great reviews. We talked about it with some space people to say, is it even possible? They're like, yeah, you have to think about like a mustard seed versus a basketball. It's not really going to make a difference. But we did, and it's been super fun. And you have a completely different angle on it too.
I do. So Project Hail Mary, new movie that's out starring Ryan Gosling. The cool part is that to tie into it, a local Toronto bakery, thegoodsweets.com, has produced a little collection of chocolate truffles. And the chocolate truffles look like small little planets. Very highly detailed in terms of having an atmosphere. You can see the water on the planet Earth. There's the planet Earth, there's the sun, there's an exoplanet. There's also one that just represents a galaxy full of stars. And so this is something that they're offering as a tie-in with Project Hail Mary. You can get a box. It's got a logo based on it. Really cool. They sell it for $16 on their website. I thought this was great. I mean, I've gone through so many launches of video games and movies, and there's often this great sort of geeky swag that comes out, but all that usually comes from the United States. So here we have a local Toronto company that's putting out this stuff, and that makes me so happy that we've got Canadian creativity coming in to help people celebrate. And as a movie, it is a feel-good movie. So it's a good movie to talk about on Tuesdays. People who come out of seeing Project Hail Mary usually come out with a great lift to their attitude.
Love it. It is Good News Tuesday. I love that. And it's a great angle to take too. It's actually a bit of a relationship movie. I've been told. I haven't seen it yet. Chris Able, realchrisable.com and at realchrisable on the socials. He does post his segments as well to YouTube if you want to get connected on the YouTube channel too.
Yeah. If you want to watch me working at McDonald's, I'll post that video.
Oh, very good.
Online. Yeah, there you go. The
I'd love to see
CTV News, me working at McDonald's.
At McDonald's? Yeah, I did my fair share of drive-through time for McHappy Day over the years. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. All right, take care.
Next week, same time, we'll find out what kind of weird robots Chris is going to bring for us next here on the show.